Hello and welcome back to my videos. I'm Klepik and today I will be talking about what really motivated me to start YouTube. Here is a quick introduction to me in case my inspiration does actually see this video. Oh my gosh, what if they actually do? I'm gonna fangirl so hard if they comment. Anyway, that'd be crazy. Anyway. Hello, I'm Klepik. I'm currently working on a video game. I have been for about the past year. My characters for this game are Aria, Deja, Bo, Fraser, and Dottie Virginia. These characters and this game is very special to me, and I always want to share my game and my art of it with people that I'm super close to or look up to in this case. So thank you for looking, it really does mean a lot to me. I have almost always wanted to have an art YouTube channel. I can remember when I was really young and was still a framecast kid and a super beginner artist, I would watch YouTube videos of artists that I really looked up to, hoping to someday also post like them. I never really had the guts to do so though until about 2 or 3 years ago now. I started out with small sporadic posts, animation memes, and silly speed paints with text commentary on the side instead of me actually speaking in the videos. But then I discovered an artist that I was absolutely in love with. Their art was like so cool, they made drawing seem so effortless, and they looked like they had so much fun with it in their videos. This artist was Bonato. I'm so incredibly sorry if I say your name wrong, I'm so sorry. But their videos inspired me so much. They didn't sound like they had a script they were going off of, neither did their setup look complicated for drawing. No fancy editing tricks, no PNG tubers, or insane drawings that would take at least 10 hours to do. I mean this in the best way possible, by the way, but to me, it looked like they just got their sketchbook out, turned on the camera, and yapped away while they drew and just had the time of their life. It was awesome. It was so awesome. I found myself thinking from their videos, hey, I could do that too. I have a phone, I have a sketchbook, why don't I give it a try? So I did. I set up my absolutely abysmal camera setup and I sketched away in my sketchbook. I would shut myself in my closet and I practically whispered into my phone as a voiceover so my family wouldn't hear me being cringe over my art. And that is how I really started YouTube. Bonato's been with me for my whole time on YouTube. I watch them while I draw pretty often, and I took such inspiration from them in my early days. My videos are much different from how they used to be. I like to think my videos are better now. No more terrible, unscripted whispered audios, no more terrible camera setup. Now I have background music and a PNG tuber. It's much different from how I started, and it's definitely strayed from how Bonato's videos look, but I still carry that inspiration with me. I still love every time they post. Their characters always seem like they come out of thin air. Like, how do they come up with hundreds of banger character designs? I have no idea. That's actually a segue sentence into another inspiration I took from them though. They inspired me for one of my video game characters actually, Deja. Bonato really enjoys drawing bunny girls, and their excitement over them and seeing how much fun they had drawing them really inspired me to make one of my own. I was nervous when I first designed her. I'd never designed a bunny girl before, and to be fair, I should have been more nervous because her initial design was asinine. I'm going to show a quick timeline of her progression on screen. From left to right is Deja's, previously known as Neptune's, design progression through the years. She's very different from how she was initially, and honestly, I do miss her old design at least a little bit, but it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad too. It was pretty bad. Anyway, I also want to talk about what I'm actually drawing today in this video. Besides Deja and her OG design in these drawings, all of these other characters in here belong to Bonato. I wanted to finally show my appreciation for them by drawing a lot of their own characters. I thought this was the most sincere way to show my appreciation. I always try to draw people things as a form of showing my appreciation because I feel like, for me, It's the most sincere and physical way to show my appreciation through doing hours of work and having a physical result at the end. At least that's how I show my appreciation in the truest form, I guess. I'll be so honest really quick. When I say, I struggled to draw these characters in the beginning. I was trying to draw them exactly how Bonato showed them, and I had a tough time translating them into my style before I realized I could put some of my own style and inspiration in there too. So some of these characters might look a little different facial feature wise, since I tried to put some of my own style in there as well to really show my art and actually have a fun time doing this. One thing I've really taken note of throughout Bonato's videos is their consistent use of art materials in their sketchbook. They usually use acrylic markers, a pen that's usually black, and a lot of alcohol markers. So with that, I wanted to try their general style of working in these drawings. They focus mainly on the characters themselves and their design, so I also didn't do really any background or many extra details like I usually do. I added a few to fill some space, but not much. On the first page, I put the opera girl who died but still haunts the opera as a ghost. At least I think it's an opera, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure it's an opera. Either an opera or a play theater. I wanted her to say something like, "The show must go on," because I remember her being really supportive of the business even past her death, and she just enjoys hanging around still and listening to the opera. At least from what I remember, I watched the video a while ago, but her design really stuck with me. Then, more recently, I drew the girl on the bottom left who I remember Bonato saying they wish had a shark tail, so I gave her a giant shark tail. If you look hard enough, you can see it's a bit of an outline and it goes over the bear girl. I only got to do an outline because the bear girl ended up being in the way, so I couldn't put blue over, but on the right, I of course had to draw a bear girl. Since Bonato also draws a lot of bear girls along with her bunny girls, then at the top of the pages, I drew two characters from a fairly recent video where Bonato drew two best friend characters. I absolutely love both of their designs. They were both so punk, and so I had to draw them, and I like green and pink together, so I had to draw them. Those two are where I really started putting more of my own style into these drawings and feeling more comfortable as well. On the next page, we have two characters who weren't really spoken about much, but I remember liking their designs, so I threw them in as well. Then we also have Deja, and OG Deja, being like, "Who are you? Who are you? I'm you!" I thought it'd be funny and a throwback to how Bonato inspired me for Deja's design, and also just an excuse to draw OG Deja. On to the next two pages. At the top, we have Big Forehead Girl. I remember absolutely loving this video and its storyline, so I had to go hunting for a picture of her and then draw her. I'm gonna be so honest for a second and say half of these characters I had to find on the spot while drawing these pages because I have a goldfish memory, so a lot of these characters I looked for after starting these drawings. Like, the two I kind of skimmed over on the other page were because I found them while looking through videos of characters to draw. The green girl I remember was from their Drawing Skinny Bear Girls video, and the other pink and purple one was just a quick mention because they liked the pattern on her shirt. Oh, also, for that drawing, they mentioned how they weren't sure how her earrings were possible because it hung where a normal earring would hang in a person's ear, but she had bear ears that are way higher in placement than human ears. So in my drawing, I was sure to make it look like the earring was a dangly earring from her bear ears. Thought I'd mention that for, believability. Yeah. On the bottom left of this page, we have Banana Bunny Girl. She was super fun to draw, and she's shown up in a lot of videos, so I just had to draw her as she's one of the most reoccurring characters, I think. She shows up a lot. I might be wrong, but she does appear a lot. With good reason. She was really fun to draw, dude. I had so much fun drawing her. Then on the bottom right, we have a magical girl. I love magical girls. This pose was super fun to draw, and I really loved her overall design. I tried to make her hair really big, almost like a tree, because you talked about how fruit grows off of her hair. So I thought it'd be fun for her to have absolutely massive hair, almost like a tree. Then onto the last page, we have another magical girl. I don't know how I cooked so hard with this drawing of this magical girl, but I did this no reference, all from my brain, and I got this insane perspective. I don't know how I did it, but I love how it looks. This character is mentioned to have a power of having items spawn into existence for whatever upcoming scenario or prediction will need it. Kind of like future vision, but like future preparation. I thought it'd be pretty funny to have her holding a giant umbrella, but then you look up at the sky and it's just completely clear. Not a cloud in the sky, sun shining bright. Like, there's no way it's gonna rain later, but she insists that it will start raining soon. She insists. Then the last two characters are a duo from a singular video. They are a tiger boy and a bunny boy. I absolutely love their dynamics so much, and I think they're both really interesting characters. Also, side note, the colors on all of these pages have me absolutely euphoric. I love colorful pages, but especially the last page because of all of the colors that go together so well. Anyway, I think I took the most liberties in their faces here out of all of the characters because their facial features don't really look like how the actual drawings look, but I hope they like them regardless. I hope they like the drawings regardless. I do. I like them. So that should count for something. I had to include their bunny and tiger form as well. Even if they don't transform into actual bunnies and tigers, I thought it'd be cute to have them sitting next to each other as that. But yeah, that's all of the characters and drawings I did for Bonato. I hope they like it. I like them, so hopefully they like them. I'm really not sure whether to tag them below to let them know I drew their characters. Should I tag them? I really don't know. I'm scared and I don't want to bother them. I probably will. I'm not sure. Wait, but no. Hear me out. I actually probably should tag them below so people can like find their art so it doesn't look like I'm trying to steal their characters. Yes, that is my alibi for tagging them in the comments. Yes, great, let's go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm currently trying to grow my channel, so I would really appreciate it if you could help by liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you so much for your support on my videos. It really does mean a lot to me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye!